Okay, so now it's time for us to do hair. At this point, you should have your eyes, your mouth, your nose, your ears, your neck, almost the whole thing done. Your person's starting to look like an awesome person. So I'm going to use blonde, so like this yellowish color, just because I want you guys to actually see what I'm doing. Obviously, you're going to choose the color that you want. So I'm going to start out with the boy hair. Everybody has to start with the boy hair because you have to remember that your hair comes halfway in between your head. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to fold my head in half. Make a little mark right there. And your hair at least has to start there. Remember, if you have a smaller forehead, straight down, bigger forehead, you can move it a little bit up, but at least there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to, so see the central line where my eyes go? I'm going to move my head a little bit down, or a little bit farther up into that paper, and then I'm going to trace around my whole head. Obviously, I'm doing it with a marker so that you can see it. You'll do it with a pencil. Try not to get it on your head like I just did, but I'll cover that up later on. Go around your ears and go back down. So, then you're going to cut this out. So now my person looks like they have a helmet on. Wonderful helmet, but not quite the hair we're looking for. So what I'm now going to do is, just to the line where my ears are, I'm going to fold my head in half again. So not all the way down, just folded it there. So that's going to tell me where the hair has to come. So if you have bangs, your hair is going to come down lower than that. If you don't have bangs, it's going to come to that line. So you can see that line's right here. Okay, so if you're a boy, your hair tends to look like this. And one half would do boy hair, and the other half would do girl. So it tends to come down like that, and comes back behind your ears just a little bit, and comes down. And that's pretty much what your hair looks like. It might be a little spiky here, whatever, but that's basically what it looks like. Girls' hair that does not have bangs tends to come down like this, and then tucks down behind the ears. Just like that. And then stops. So, totally okay. If your hair is wavy, it's going to be kind of wavy like this. But that's the basics on hair. I'm going to cut this out, and then we'll keep going. Okay, so this is my person. They're going to have wavy hair. Obviously, you guys can see all of my lines right here. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to push it up just a little bit off the top of the head. See how it's just sticking off the top of the head a little bit? And line it up and glue it down. When you're cutting the original line of the hair, you might want to cut it a little bit bigger so that your head doesn't stick out. So like, see how I'm playing with it? And if I do it, some of the head sticks out. So make sure you're cutting it a little bit wider. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down. Okay, so boys at this point can stop with their hair. They don't really have to add any more details. But with their extra paper, they need to do eyebrows. So really quickly, I'm just going to draw in where these eyes would be, because obviously I don't have eyes right now. You did your pupils. My other eye. Okay, so eyebrows. How this works is I'm going to fold a piece of paper in half, and then I'm going to measure how big I made the eye. So I made these eyes really small. But, so I'm going to measure them. I measure from the corner over and make a little tick mark. And then your eyebrows are just semicircle, line going down, and connect it back. Cut them out, glue them on. Be careful not to angle them too much, because if you angle them a bunch, then they're going to look super angry. Try not to make your person look super angry. Okay, so now moving on, time for girl hair. So, you're going to lay your whole person on top of the hair. If you're super long hair, just kind of push yourself up. Here, I'm going to try to make this a little higher. Okay, just push yourself up so that you can have longer hair coming down. And then you're just going to trace. Trace around the head so you know where it has to be. This isn't where the actual thing will be at the end, but you just want to have an idea of where it is. Okay, so you know where your head's going to be. So now I have to come off of the head a little bit. So my person I told you has wavy hair, and maybe it's going to come up in little waves and come down, and come back around and come down, and then go over here and be wavy. Okay, wavy hair. Straight hair, obviously straight, but it would stick off the head again just a little bit. If you have a ponytail, you'll do kind of like a bun. Do it like in the middle or off to the side, however you want. And then you'll see the hair coming off the other edges. So just like that. Any questions, let me know, but you cut this out. Don't cut along these lines because your head will actually just get glued right there. Flip it around, it'll be perfect. So I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I have it all cut out now. Obviously, all of my pencil lines will mysteriously and magically go away when I flip it over. And then I can glue my person on. So I'm going to put glue on the whole back of it. Make sure my glue is ready to go. I can just put a nice line of glue on the whole thing. I'll put a little bit of glue in the middle. Woo! Super good gluing. Okay, the reason why I'm actually showing you the gluing and not just letting you go now is look what happens when I flip it over. I'm going to push it down just a little bit and make sure that it actually lines up in the middle. See how hair is sticking off the head? That's what should happen. Okay, person's all done. So, with this part. Then we'll have to do the neck and the shoulders. But yeah, so this is your hair. Everybody has to have this part. Girl hair comes in the back. Boy hair just stays as this, but everybody has to have this. This is the little paper. This is the big paper. Little, big. Little, big. If you're a girl, you have to have both. If you're a boy that has short hair, you just have to have this one. Remember, you also have to have eyebrows. Questions? Let us know.